We are Lightning Robotics, Team 862 from Plymouth Canton, Michigan. This is Robots in the Park Virtual Edition.
In this activity, we'll be creating a little contraption that you can use to create a snake made out of tiny little bubbles. In this experiment, you will need a couple of different things to complete. You will need a 16.9 ounce bottle. It can be a regular water bottle or soda bottle, depending on which one you have in your house. You will need a small and unused sock. You will need a pair of cutting scissors. You will need some dish soap. It doesn't have to be that much depending on how much you actually want to play with this activity. You will need a container to hold your dish soap and water solution. And finally, you will need a cup of water. It doesn't have to be that much water, and it doesn't matter which temperature. First, with your parents' supervision, cut off the bottom of the 16.9 ounce bottle. To make it a little easier, you might want to take the cap off before you do this. After that, you should have a bottom piece that's about an inch wide, and you should have a top piece that has a flat circle. You will not need the bottom part to complete this experiment. Next, put the sock over the bottom of the bottle and put it up over the side. Depending on the sock size, you may need to fold it on the side a couple times. It doesn't matter where you fold it, except for you need to be able to blow into the top of the bottle. At the end, you should have a flat surface that looks like this. If you have any holes in this flat surface, you may want to consider choosing a different sock, as it will affect the final output. Depending on the size of your sock, you may have to hold it up with a rubber band or a piece of tape. In this example, I did not have to put tape or a rubber band on my sock to hold it up. If you can hold the top of the bottle without the sock falling off, then you should be fine. Next, take your dish soap and add it to a different container. After you've done this, pour some of your water in it. It should be about a 2-to-1 solution. If it looks like the dish soap hasn't settled in, try to mix it a little. You're almost done. Now's the fun part. Take your bottle and slightly dip it into the dish soap solution. You don't have to put that much dish soap on it. Next, with your bottle dipped into the dish soap, all you have to do is put your mouth on the bottle piece and then blow. Make sure that when you blow into the bottle, you don't accidentally suck. If you do, you'll actually get bubbles in the mouth, which you do not want. If you want to make the project more interesting and fun to do, you can add food coloring to the dish soap solution after you try it without. This temporarily works, as you have to dip it more times. But as you can see here, the bubbles kind of turn yellow. Depending on the color of your dish soap, mine was green, the color might not actually come out the way you want it to. So I added red to the green and it turned out kind of yellow. If you're wondering why this creates a huge bubble snake, let me tell you. As you can see here, the sock has several different holes that are part of the fabric. When you put dish soap in it, every single part of the fabric gets filled with the dish soap. So when air goes through it, it's kind of like a multi-bubble connector. In a regular bubble blower, you have one hoop where you dip in soap and it fills it with the soap, the ring. In this, it's kind of like several different of them, except there are hundreds. So doing this, when you blow, it makes small but many bubbles. And as you keep blowing, the bubbles get pushed out of the way to create more bubbles. And it creates this bubble-like snake. So for as long as you blow, it will keep creating this snake as long as there is air, as long as there's still dish soap on the sock.
Thanks for watching and participating in Robots in the Park Virtual Edition. Check the YouTube video description for for a link to our user feedback survey and a link you can use to submit images. We'd love to see what you made. Lightning Robotics participates in the FIRST Robotics Competition program. What is FIRST? It's a global robotics community that advances STEM education in more than 100 countries around the world. FIRST has a program for every student. To find the program that's right for you, visit the websites listed here.